Good morning or afternoon. Today we're looking at number 117, Trumpet Voluntary. This is also sometimes called Prince of Denmark's March, but it was not written by the prince and it was not even written in Denmark. So this tune was written in 1700 by a guy named Jeremiah Clark, who was an organist in his church. So this tune was written for a wedding, and it is traditionally performed at weddings all the time now. It was actually performed at the wedding of Princess Diana and Prince Charles in 1981. Back before that, it actually became associated in Denmark itself with opposition to the Nazi Party. So it has kind of a cool history, and there's a little bit more history to it as well, but we're going to keep on moving here. So looking at the actual music here, I'm looking at the clarinet part in my book right now, and it's got some markings on it that I don't see in Smart Music. It's saying for measure number 2 in A part that you should keep your right hand down the entire time for measures 2 and 3. And that should make things a little easier for you because that means that you won't actually have to move anything in your right hand when you're playing some of those notes. Now that being said, try that, and if you hate it, then you can go ahead and pick up your right hand on A and G. So moving forward, this should be fairly simple for us to play unless you're a clarinet player. Clarinet players, you're probably going to have to spend some time working on measures 2 and 3 and then measure 6. For everybody else, though, we are looking at key signature, time signature. So we're working in the key of concert F. And another way you can tell that we're in F just by not looking at the key signature, it ends on a concert F, which means it gives it a sense of finality on F. So it's based on the F scale, F being the bottom note that makes it sound like it's done. The crescendo here in the middle from mezzo forte up to forte should be subtle but perceivable. And then at the very end here, you've got a ritardando that is going to slow you down and end dramatically. So now looking at the B part, it looks quite different from the A part. It starts lower and it moves around in different places. You've got a little extended part here where you're resting, and then it also has the ritardando, and the last note here has a divisi, so choose whichever note you like better. Now let's look over at what we've got for percussion on this tune. With the percussion part, I see that there is a snare drum, a bass drum, and a crash cymbal part. So we'll look first at the snare drum part. I see throughout this that the rhythms are fairly simple, but it looks like the word of the day is 9-stroke roll. So I see several 9-stroke rolls here. Now, this is still a 9-stroke roll, even though it is tied across the bar line to a dotted quarter note. So you're going to have to just do the 9-stroke roll and then wait for the duration of the dotted quarter note before you move on. So it'll be dot, 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 dot. And these will work similarly, but not a dotted quarter note, just a quarter note. The bass drum part is simple. You will have no problem with that whatsoever. And then the crash cymbal part, please make sure as you're playing the crash cymbals that you're coming in at an angle as opposed to just clapping them together like that wind-up monkey toy. If you clap them together like that, not only will you look hilarious and your hair will blow in the wind that it creates, but it'll be very difficult to play it on time because there will be an air pocket or some increased air pressure in the center of the cymbals. So the proper technique is to come in at an angle so that you can avoid all of that air pocket there and play in time, and you won't have to worry about messing up your hairdo. And of course, percussion, when we get in the second last measure here, make sure that you're looking up at the conductor in a normal year. In this year, you're just going to have to listen for the tempo transition. So good luck with this tune and have fun with it.